Okay, let's unpack this. If you're in online retail, you know the feeling, right? Someone's browsing, they add items to their cart, they seem really engaged, and then poof, they're
Mm.
gone. The numbers are pretty stark. We're talking nearly 7 out of 10 online shopping carts just abandoned before the purchase is complete.
That's a huge chunk of potential revenue just walking away. It's the perpetual challenge, isn't it?
Totally.
And for years, the go-to reaction has been digital retargeting,
Yeah.
the email reminder, maybe a banner ad following you around the web.
Right, the standard playbook.
And look, those tactics have their place, definitely. But the source material we're digging into today, this ebook focused specifically on retargeting with direct mail,
Yeah.
it makes a really compelling case that digital on its own is hitting some real limits.
Absolutely. Think about those abandonment emails. Our source material mentions open rates are hovering around, what, 45%?
Yeah, something like that.
So more than half aren't even getting seen. And even if they are open, are they getting clicked? Or do they just get buried?
Exactly. Lost in the promotions tab, or worse, spam. The digital space is just incredibly noisy. It's getting exponentially more crowded.
And that's before we even get into privacy changes like Apple's mail privacy protection.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
It makes it so much harder to even know if your email is opened, right? Which really complicates things.
It does. It feels like shouting into a very, very crowded room, and you're just not sure who's hearing you anymore.
Okay, so this is where the ebook really pivots.
Hmm.
It makes this argument that maybe something we think of as old school, actual physical direct mail is now a huge opportunity.
Right, precisely because it's physical.
Oh.
It cuts through all that digital noise in a way email just can't.
How so?
Well, think about it. An email, it's ephemeral, swipe, delete, gone, or just ignored.
Mm-hmm.
A piece of physical mail,
Yeah.
it lands in your hands. It's in your physical space, on your counter, your desk.
Yeah.
It demands a different kind of attention.
A different kind of respect, almost.
Yeah, I think so. It also signals that the brand invested a bit more to reach you, more than just, hitting send on an automated email.
So it's like a tactile way to restart that conversation that got interrupted online.
Exactly. And that's really the core mission of this deep dive, isn't it? We want to explore how intelligent, data-driven print can work together with your digital efforts, email, ads, maybe SMS, to bring back those lost sales.
Yeah, we're going to look at the strategy behind it, the timing, which is crucial, the creative side, how you integrate it all, and importantly, how you measure if it's actually working, all based on the insights from this ebook.
And what's really fascinating is the mindset shift the source pushes for. It says abandoned carts. They aren't failures. Not really. They're actually strong signals of intent.
Right. Someone spent time on your site, they found things they liked, put them in the cart, maybe even started checkout.
That's a much, much warmer lead than some cold prospect you're trying to reach for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's usually not a lack of interest that stops them. It's more often some kind of friction in the process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The ebook points to the usual suspects. Unexpected costs, right?
Yep.
Shipping, taxes popping up late.
Ugh, yeah, I hate that.
Or maybe they just weren't quite ready to buy right then. Or technical stuff, slow site, forced account creation.
Oh, mandatory account creation. That's a big one. Or just a clunky checkout.
Right. All that friction. But because they showed that initial intent, the potential ROI on bringing them back is significantly higher than just chasing new leads.
Okay, so email is fast, it's cheap, but with those low engagement rates and all the noise, relying only on email means you're probably missing a lot of opportunities.
You really are, especially with this genuinely interested audience. And that's where direct mail provides that counterpoint.
It's physical, it sits there, harder to ignore than an email buried 50 deep in your inbox.
It feels more substantial too, which can build credibility, build trust. It's a physical nudge to maybe go back and finish what you started online.
So the strongest play, according to the source material, isn't throwing out email for direct mail.
No, not at all. It's using them together, an integrated omnichannel strategy.
So like maybe an email goes out first pretty quickly.
Yeah. And if there's no response, no conversion within, say, 24 hours, then you automatically trigger the physical mail piece.
And the speed you mentioned, that surprised me reading this. The tech described in the ebook allows for automated print production based on that abandonment event. Getting a personalized mailer into the postal system, potentially within 24 to 48 hours, that's fast for physical mail.
It really bridges that gap between the online action, or inaction, and the physical follow-up. It keeps the momentum going.
Okay, so what makes this possible? What's the engine driving it?
Data. It all comes down to data, specifically first-party data.
Okay, define that for us.
So this isn't rented lists or that kind of aggregated third-party stuff. This is the information you, the retailer, collect directly from your customers and your site visitors.
Names, addresses.
Email addresses, purchase history, what they looked at on your site, maybe how long they spent there, and critically, exactly what they put in their cart before they left.
And the source really stresses that this first-party data is gold because it's reliable, it's secure, you control it, it's compliant.
Exactly. It's the absolute fuel for personalization and automation here. When someone abandons that cart, your system needs to capture the specifics. What items? What was the total value? How far did they get in checkout? Are they a new customer or someone who's bought before?
That level of detail lets you get incredibly precise with who you target and what you say.
Right. Suddenly, direct mail isn't this generic, broad stroke thing. It becomes hyper-targeted, exponentially more effective, because it's driven by that specific person's behavior.
Imagine getting a postcard that doesn't just say, "come back," but actually shows the specific shoes you were looking at.
That's the power. It makes the message instantly relevant. It resonates.
So how do you make that happen technically? The ebook talks about integration, right?
Yes, seamless integration is key. You need to connect your e-commerce platform, your Shopify, your Magento, whatever it is, or maybe your CRM system, directly with your marketing automation tools, or importantly, with a specialized print service provider.
Okay, and APIs are the magic word here.
APIs, application programming interfaces, they're the critical link. Think of them as like super efficient digital messengers.
Okay.
An API lets your website instantly tell the printing system, hey, this specific customer just abandoned a cart with these specific items and this value in real time.
Wow, okay.
You
So
know.
that triggers the whole print process automatically.
Exactly. And you can set up sophisticated business rules, like only send mailers for carts over $100.
Yeah.
Or prioritize high-value returning customers. Or maybe focus on people who abandon items from a certain high-margin category.
So you can be really strategic with your budget, focus your resources where they'll likely have the biggest impact, maximize that ROI.
Precisely. But for this to work, especially when you're triggering mail to physical addresses, that data has to be spot on, clean, accurate, handled securely, compliantly.
Bad data is worse than no data here.
Absolutely. It's not just wasted postage. It's a missed connection with a potentially valuable customer. It can even damage your brand perception if you get it wrong.
So finding the right partner is crucial. Someone with the infrastructure, the data handling expertise, and the print production capability. The source material points to the kind of capabilities needed, mentioning companies like Wolverine Solutions Group as an example.
Right. Someone with, a long history like Wolverine's 47 years in direct mail. They understand the complexities. They've built the tech to connect digital behavior to physical output, ensuring that integration is seamless and the whole process is automated.
Okay, so the data engine is running, the trigger happens. Now let's talk about making that physical mail piece actually count. Timing, creative personalization, they all have to work together.
They really do. Timing is tricky, as you said. It's not instant like email. You're dealing with postal delivery.
Right.
The source suggests the sweet spot is typically getting that mail piece into the hands of the customer within, say, 24 to 72 hours after they abandon the cart, while that purchase intent is still fresh.
So you need to trigger the print job really quickly on your end.
Immediately,
Yeah.
ideally. Accounting for the print time and the typical transit time for whatever mail class you're using a first-class postcard arrives faster than standard mail, obviously. You're aiming for arrival while that online impulse is still kind of lingering.
What about frequency? Just send one piece or more.
Good question. The ebook suggests a single piece often works. But for maybe higher value carts or your really loyal customers, a layered approach could be effective.
Like what?
Maybe a quick postcard reminder first. Then, if still no action after a few days, perhaps a slightly larger mailer, maybe with a small incentive.
But you have to balance persistence with not being creepy or annoying.
Exactly. It's a fine line. And this is where testing becomes absolutely essential. A/B test, different timings, different frequencies. See what works best for different segments of your audience.
And the source mentions platforms exist, like Wolverine Connect was mentioned, that give you visibility into when mail actually enters the mail stream.
Yeah, that kind of tracking helps you coordinate. You can better align your physical mail drops with your digital follow-ups if you know roughly when the mail piece is landing.
Okay, let's shift to creative. This thing has to get noticed in the mailbox, right? Among the bills and the junk mail.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
It needs to grab attention, get opened, get read, and crucially, prompt action. It has to feel credible and make it easy for them to go back and finish that purchase.
And this is where that deep personalization really shines again.
Totally. The creative shouldn't feel generic. It should mirror their online experience. Show images of the actual items they left behind. Reference the cart value, maybe a little note about availability, selling fast, that kind of thing.
That immediate relevance makes someone stop and think, oh yeah, I wanted that.
Exactly. And the tech that makes this possible at scale is variable data printing VDP. The ebook really emphasizes this.
So VDP lets you change pretty much anything on each mail piece.
Yeah, based on the data.
Wow.
Names, text, images, offers, the specific product names. It can all be unique to that individual recipient and their specific abandoned cart.
So instead of your cart is waiting, it could be, hey name, still thinking about that specific product name. Complete your order today with a picture of the product.
That's the power. It transforms it from mass mail into a truly personal reminder.
Design-wise, what works best? Keep it simple.
Generally, yes. The source recommends a clean layout, a strong headline that grabs attention immediately, a compelling, clear image, and a really obvious, bold call to action.
CTAs like, complete your order now, finish your purchase. Something direct.
Exactly. And make it super easy for them to get back. Use a trackable URL or, even better, a QR code that takes them directly back to their pre-filled shopping cart. Remove any friction.
What about incentives? Discounts, free shipping?
They can be effective, definitely. A little nudge to overcome that last bit of hesitation. But the source advises caution here. Use them strategically. Maybe reserve the best offers for high-value carts, or first-time abandoners, or specific customer segments. You don't want to accidentally train all your customers to abandon their carts just to wait for a discount code in the mail.
Good point. And the format itself. Postcard versus letter.
Depends on the goal. A postcard is great for a quick, high-impact reminder, visible right away. But if you need more space, maybe for a higher-value cart where you want to include more product details, maybe some social proofs like reviews, or just convey a more premium feel, then a folded self-mailer or even a small custom package might be better.
And again, testing is key.
Always A/B test everything creative. Headlines, images, the offer, the CTA, the format, the layout. That's how you learn what resonates and continually improve those recovery rates.
Okay, so this whole sophisticated approach relies heavily on technology connecting the physical mail world with digital behavior. The source talks about how this has evolved, mentioning USPS solutions and something called programmatic direct mail.
Right. The USPS has tools that support this. Informed visibility, for example, lets you track mail pieces through the system, giving you a better idea of delivery times.
Okay.
And Informed Delivery sends subscribers an email with scanned images of their actual mail arriving that day.
Cool.
So you get a digital touch point even before the physical piece lands.
Yeah.
That helps coordinate things.
Interesting. And programmatic direct mail, what's that exactly?
That's where the real-time automation using those APIs comes into play. It's the system connecting specific online behaviors like abandoning a cart, yes, but maybe also repeat visits to a product page, or clicking a specific ad directly to the automated printing and mailing of a relevant piece.
So it's taking the speed and data-driven nature of online ads
and applying it to physical mail. Personalized pieces triggered and sent out almost immediately based on those digital signals of intent.
The advantages seem huge. Scalability?
Massive. You can automatically send thousands of unique personalized pieces without manual intervention.
Efficient.
Incredible efficiency compared to old-school batch and blast mailing. And much less waste, because you're only mailing to individuals who've just shown high intent.
Which should boost response rates and make your budget work a lot harder.
Exactly right.
Okay, which brings us to the final crucial piece. Measurement. You have to know if this is actually working. Right?
Oh, absolutely. The source material is crystal clear on this. Measuring success is vital for actually reclaiming that revenue and for optimizing your campaigns going forward.
So what's the #1 metric?
Conversion rate. No question. What percentage of people who received your direct mail piece actually went back and completed their purchase?
And you need to track that specifically for the mail recipients.
Yes, and compare it against your baseline. What's your normal recovery rate from email alone or from doing nothing? How much lift is direct mail providing?
What other metrics are useful?
Response rate is good. Did they use the special URL or scan the QR code? That shows engagement even if they didn't buy immediately. Average order value, or AOV. Did the mail piece encourage them to maybe add more items when they came back?
Ah, interesting.
And then longer-term stuff. Customer reactivation. Did this bring back someone who hadn't purchased in a while? Retention rates. Did this interaction help turn them into a repeat buyer? Looking at that long-term value.
And A/B testing ties directly into measurement, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You use unique identifiers for each variation, different coupon codes, different trackable URLs, unique QR codes. That lets you directly attribute conversions back to the specific headline, offer, image, or timing you were testing.
So you know it worked, not just that it worked.
Precisely. And testing isn't a one-and-done thing. Customer behavior changes. Market conditions change. It has to be an ongoing discipline, continuous optimization.
And platforms that help visualize this data, like the Wolverine Connect example again, make it easier to see trends and make those informed adjustments.
Yeah, having clear dashboards and reporting is invaluable.
Okay, let's try and pull this all together then. The big takeaway from our deep dive into this source material seems to be cart abandonment. Yeah, it's frustrating, but it's not a dead end.
Not at all. It's actually a really strong signal of interest, a prime opportunity to re-engage.
And direct mail, when you layer in the right data, the automation, the personalization, it stops being this blunt instrument and becomes a really powerful precision tool for recovery.
Far from outdated, yeah. It's transforming.
And the potential results are significant higher conversion rates on those abandoned carts, bigger order values, maybe longer customer life cycles.
And it helps build more thoughtful, more personal connections with customers, which is huge today. This isn't just theory. The ebook shows this level of sophistication is achievable now.
But it requires the right setup, the right partner.
Definitely. The source highlights that you need a partner with deep experience in precision direct mail again. Think of Wolverine Solutions Group's long history and solid reputation, someone who is invested in the tech. The VDP capabilities, the API integrations, the automated workflows, and the data platforms like Wolverine Connect to give you transparency and control.
Because making this leap, getting this right, it's key to actually automating the strategy effectively and accurately.
And reclaiming these carts isn't just about grabbing that single missed sale.
Right, it's about more than that.
It's about taking those digital breadcrumbs, that intent they showed online, and turning it into a meaningful physical conversation, one that can actually nurture a long-term relationship.
So maybe the final thought for everyone listening is, think about the value that's potentially sitting dormant in your abandoned carts right now. How many of those almost customers are just waiting for that relevant, timely, maybe even tangible nudge to finish their purchase? And maybe become one of your best customers down the road.